Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, today I got Johnathan here. This week we wanted to talk to you about nose buttons, the Bowmar nose buttons. And, it's one of those things where, I've tried it in the past. For me, I'm not a big fan of it. I didn't feel any benefit, but Jonathan's been shooting his new bows this year. He's got his, you got your RX9 and your AX2. And that's something you ran all last year.
And the year before that.
And the year before that.
Ever since it came out.
Really? So, and we were just having a conversation about it this morning, and he goes, "Man, you got any more of those back in stock?" So, but for Johnathan, if you've shot those for a couple of years, and felt like it's probably helped you more consistent in your anchor position, tell us benefits. Or I'm just kind of curious of what you liked about it versus me not really liking it.
Yeah, and in the package here, it comes with two different sizes. You've got the large and the small. I've tried the large. I don't like my nose that far off the string, but the small is just enough to where I don't have to search for my anchor point. And I noticed, and just going back and watching, this is important as well. If you're not going to post on YouTube or anything, but self-filming is huge because there's things that you don't realize you're doing that you go back and watch, you're like, oh, that's a little odd. And I noticed I was kind of digging for I was going up and down the string trying to find my anchor point again without the nose button because I wanted to try it this year without it. And I do like the smooth feel of the string. And it makes sense on further shots being able to slide up and down the string, but I don't feel like I can get back to my anchor point as quick, which is more important when you're hunting, right? You don't want to take that time kind of finding your peep and all that stuff. So I noticed that, and I'm like, well, I guess I need to throw the nose button back on it because it works for me. I've liked it a lot. And I don't have the issue getting out at distance either. I didn't notice it affecting it out at distance. I'm okay with like the 100+ yard shots. Sometimes we'll go out to 150 out of the property. And I'm okay taking my nose off the nose button for that shot in particular. But I feel like for hunting, it does a lot.
Yeah, more like your 20 to 80 range felt more consistent. So anyway, if you guys feel like you're struggling a little bit with your anchor point like Johnathan, you get back, and maybe you're trying to search for that. Adding a nose button is enforcing a point of reference already, right? And one thing I tell guys, and I know I'm going to offend a lot of people with this, but I absolutely hate kisser buttons. I actually don't even like to sell them in the bow shop. And the reason is the space pressure. So with a good anchor point, we tell guys you should have 3 main anchors already. And the first 2 are the most important. Both of those are physical anchor points. So when you draw back, finding a point of reference on your jawline, right? And you'll hear a lot of guys reference bone on bone. That gets brought up all the time. So when I draw back with an index style release head and I anchor, the 2 bones that I'm feeling is already my jawbone and my cheekbone. Okay, that's where I'm locked in. And that's where most guys should be set up at. Number 2 is your nose on the bowstring, right? And with these bows, it doesn't matter if you push your nose down on top of the string a little bit. It doesn't really affect tuning or accuracy. It's side-to-side pressure is where most guys fight. And that's where kisser buttons are kind of, I think guys are losing accuracy because of those. And then the third anchor point that I tell guys is visual. It's your peep sight. And so, and I joke around about this a lot, but if I was to take your peep sight out of this bow and not let you have one, if I force you to really focus on like your jawbone anchor point to your nose, you would be surprised on how good you'd actually start shooting this bow with no peep sight, right? But what we really want is the peep in the optimal location. So when you draw back, you find that first physical anchor point. As soon as my nose hits that bowstring, I want that peep perfectly lined up. So if you feel like you're searching for that, these nose buttons are awesome. They're pretty inexpensive, super easy to install. If you don't like them, they're really quick and easy to take back off too. So yeah, but for guys out there, if you're like, man, I feel like I'm struggling a little bit, trying to get that consistent anchor, fighting into it, you put this on. The other advantage I have seen a little bit with guys who do like to run nose buttons is because it is taking your nose up off the bowstring. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Most guys will actually take their peep and have to move it up the bowstring ever so slightly. So, for guys looking to maybe get a little bit more distance out of their bow setup, whether they're running the small one like you like or the big one, even though it is pulling your nose off, it does move the peep sight up the bowstring. So guys get a little bit more distance there. So, but yeah, so guys, if you're struggling a little bit with your anchor point, like Johnathan, you feel like you're searching for it, try a nose button out. They're inexpensive. Might be just the right thing that when you get back, hit your jawline. As soon as your nose hits that thing, peeps lined up, get into your peep a little quicker. So
yeah, and the other thing too about that face pressure is I do feel like, and I know it's not as important when you're pushing down into the string, but it's pokey enough that it doesn't hurt, but it reminds you, hey, don't put any more pressure
Not too much.
onto the string.
Yeah, for sure.
And then of course, yeah, the bigger one is going to help you if you're struggling to get a few more yards out of your sight tape or something like that, keeping your face up more upright, and that's good posture as well. You don't be digging into your into your string, tucking your head in, trying to get in there. That can help, especially for maybe you've got a longer draw length and a shorter axle to axle bow. That bigger nose button might help as well.
For sure. So, well, cool guys. Well, thanks for tuning in this week. If you want to go check these out, Bowmar nose button. There's a couple other companies that make these now too that work pretty good, but it seems like the Bowmar one seems to be the most popular. But if you want to come in and try one out, we got some. We'll throw on your bow, let you go try it in the range, see what you think. But again, I just opened up one for Johnathan here. Boy, they clip right on. It comes with the serving thread. That works fine. We have other serving if you guys want to match their bowstring a little bit, but we just put one on Jonathan's bow. I'm gonna do a temp tie, have you drop back a couple times, lock that sucker in, and then let you go run into the range. So, okay. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. Remember to subscribe, hit a like button, leave a comment down below if you have any more questions or maybe something else you've tried that's worked well for you. Remember to get wild.